enjoy the little moments. You got to enjoy the wins, or also it'll just beat you down.
Walter
Huge. To the bomb booth. And you're there. Things did not go well at Louisville, and now he's with State.
Howdy, boys. Welcome on in. Walter Nolen, interior defender out of Ole Miss. We've already done multiple games of this fine young gentleman. But as things are getting closer and closer to the draft, I'm going to start doing a re-up on all those, all the top dudes. I think we've done probably like 40 to 45 of the top 50 players on most consensus boards, to where it's like I'm going to start doing a re-up on all of these top dudes. Walter Nolen, he gives me, especially the film that we're about to go through, like, I really don't think we're, how do I say this? I think this might be a draft class that we talk about in 2 to 3 years. You know what I mean? From the interior defensive positions, of course, the running backs that everyone knows and talks about. This Walter Nolen kid is absolutely, how do I say it? Over Mason and over Kenneth, the fact that Walter kind of did it by himself. He didn't do it by himself because he has Princely, his edge, and he has all types of crazy, amazing people on the defensive side of the ball that helps him. But I don't know. I really like Walter Nolen a lot. Let's get into this little excerpt that they've made. Nolen isn't the most polished interior defender, but he might be among the most physically gifted. I'm here with you. If he continues to grow in his pre-snap plan and hand usage, he can be impactful, versatile defensive tackle with a high floor due to his strength in run defense. And I think, I wouldn't say that separates him over over Mason or Kenneth. Kenneth Grant is Mason Graham is really, really great at lateral movements. So anytime a team's trying to run zone, he's able to get in front of them, cross the face of the offensive lineman very quickly. And so is Walter. I just think when it comes to a gap scheme offense, Walter Nolen just bullies more consistently, especially in the run game. So 13 games played, 88.9 his last year, almost 600 defensive snaps, 6 sacks with the interior portions of the defense, 25 quarterback hurries. Run defense grade at a 91.6. True pass set, pass rush grade at 80.8. And lastly, before we get into the film, I just want y'all to see, and I think this is probably what it is, why I don't see him necessarily over Mason Graham and over Kenneth Grant. I do think he's over Kenneth Grant. I think he's the second best over Mason Graham. Walter Nolen is the second best over Mason Graham. But I want you guys to see, like, he just looks like the more NFL-ready prospect, the more NFL-ready defensive interior guy, the guy that seems like might give more headaches to an offensive line more than the other players because of his strength and the size in which he plays. So here he is right here, number 2, just strong, physical, taking on that guard, just rips him off immediately. I have a tough time seeing offensive linemen get their hands on Walter Nolen consistently and effectively and able to keep their hands on him without there being a holding penalty, which I think is going to be very hard. Once again, this left guard, head on with this left guard, gets in line with that center, crosses the face of that center, and just swallows up the running back. Right? You see right here, 63. He has his eyes on number 7. So now, as you see him never move backward, he never goes backwards. He just stands his ground. Now he has this low base, and he's able to just bully and wrap up the running back and bring him on down. Oh, my gosh. He's just a man. Now we have him at the 0 tech, and he's pretty versatile. He could play anywhere from 3 to 0, but he can also go 5, bro. You could play him at the 5 all the way to 0. 100%. He's an athlete. But here we go. We got a 0 tech work right here. He's no zone with that center. And the rule is with centers, they do not block us. They do not block us, man. Look at that. Dude, he got a force field sack. He even tackled the quarterback. He's just fighting right here with this guard. Guard's trying to do his best to get that left arm on his chest, but he's too strong and moving forward. He got a hand to the face, so we got a penalty here, ref. We're not going to call it. And he, as you see, he doesn't really ever get his hands on green. But all of this calamity and chaos that he is creating, it's just too much, and the quarterback falls. And that was all made by Mr. Nolen. And now here we go. We got some goal line work here now. Head on. And this is that tackle. I don't know if you guys remember. This is that douchebag, number 55, who like stepped on someone's ankle. I think it was a Tech game. I think it was versus Texas Tech. And he puts all of his weight on the corner that was like on the ground. I hope this guy's out of the league. But here we go. Forehand stance. I want to see him really shoot. Look at him. Cross the face and get to the running back. Crosses the face immediately. And like I said, this is why I'm not going to say he's better than Mason Graham, but I just think he does things a little bit better than Mason Graham. Right? And just to see it's these one-on-one blocks, man. He just rips through the face always. He always does this. Rips through the face and just gets the ball carrier. They cannot block him, especially one-on-one. And I'm not saying this guy is Jalen Carter, but I am saying he will give fits. He will give a lot of fits. And Walter Nolen, dude, he's just so freaking dominant, man. He's so dominant. It's like every snap. I wanted to make, if you guys can't tell, this is like a 1:10 script because I just wanted to get the best plays out of this film. But there are so many plays where it doesn't go his way and he just embarrasses these large human beings called offensive linemen. But look at this. He's just strong. I mean, he doesn't get him there. I wonder why I put this in. I think I just put it in to see his... I want you all to see his effort. This is still a big effort play. He doesn't get to the ball carrier. But look at him just fight, dude. He's getting held to... That's why I put it in. He's getting held like a mug right here. Fighting. And this is what gets holding penalties. You continue to fight through the whistle. Fight to get to the ball. Look at this guy. Holding him right here. Holding him right here. Holding him still. Holding him still. And they're not going to get that. In the NFL, more than likely, they're really good at getting that. Taking on a double block. Rips through. Jeez. That's Princely. Just completely ruined that kid. So that's what I have on Mr. Walter Nolen for this video. Once again, like I said, we're going to be getting to the more the weeds with these players, but let's see what they got. Well-built player. Incredibly strong, especially with momentum, clear raw strength, and explosiveness. Has the build to play defensive end and defensive tackle. I think when they say defensive end, I think they mean a 3-4 defensive end. I'm not exactly sure if he can full-time be outside because... no one's seen it. Very strong tackler with a low missed tackle rate. Yeah, we saw it multiple times. We saw in that goal line approach where he was able to cross the face of that left tackle 55, the douchebag, and just dive into the hips of that running back. Good effort to the whistle. Yeah, that's what we saw in that holding play at the end of the film where the running back scores. That's effort, bro. Effort. Needs to be more purposeful, but looked less out of control in 2024. That's coaching. Lacks a go-to pass rush move. I don't know if you need it necessarily when you're him, but okay, I get it. Next level, you're going to need it. Needs more of a pass rush plan. You just said that. Pass rushes can stall quickly. Exposes his chest too easily. Tries to disengage with just power. So the thing with these cons, you got to tell me if the fact that he needs more of a pass rush plan is because he's not doing it well. He's not doing it good. So this is the definition of don't break it if it ain't broken or whatever that is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Whatever the saying is. And that's just what I see with all of these cons. You're trying to coach him up. Okay, if he exposes his chest too easily, I feel like that's not true. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think. I think this guy is going to be awesome. Peace.